Hello, hello everybody. Sorry I'm late like usual. No intro tonight. I'm having issues with my technology because I'm a friggin' boomer and I'm having a boomer moment. So you know how that is. I'm just gonna wait a second. I didn't tell anybody I was going live, so I'm just gonna see if the notification does go out because there's something really hilarious that I want to show you guys, and I can't wait. I did upload the video to my page separate from this live. So if you just want to catch the video and have a laugh and kind of get outraged at the same time that you're having that laugh, then check out that video. So I'm just gonna wait a second. Hey Jason, how are you? I'm just gonna wait a second and see if the notification goes out. Um, I was having issues. I was trying to upload some content to the back end of like StreamYard so I can instead of sharing my screen because I'm trying to do this from a phone. Um, if I wasn't such a boomer, I'd get out my laptop and start using it again so I don't look like a friggin' hooked on phonics, you know, individual when I'm trying to use it because I've been doing everything from my phone for the longest time now. So when you go on your laptop, it's completely different. Um, if that makes sense to anybody. If you're a content creator, that makes perfect sense. Um, but yeah, I'm just gonna wait. Hey, Smiley, how are you? Good to see you guys. Glad to see a couple people are getting the notifications. That's something that I should actually mention because, like, me and YouTube have had this love hate relationship for so long. I recommend every so often checking your notifications to make sure that they're on, especially for this channel because they like to shadow ban me. It took me 3 months to be able to get my avatar back. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you can hear me okay. Because I was having audio issues earlier. I just want to make sure before I get into this that you guys can hear me. And I have some content that I want to share with you guys, and I want to make sure that there's no issues with the audio before I do that. So I don't look like a boomer. But yeah. So yeah, let me know if you can hear me okay before we get started because I just came across the video and I love David Menzies from Rebel News. Personally, in my opinion, I think David Menzies is the best thing about Rebel News. Okay, good. You can glad. Thank you. Um, and for those of you who are not inside of Canada, um, our mainstream media, our mainstream news outlets are compromised. You know, they're funded by um, the government. So there's certain criteria, certain narratives, certain storylines, certain plots that you need to follow, or you lose that funding. And we couldn't have that happen. So Rebel News is the only alternative mainstream kind of like non-mainstream, let's say, media that Canada has, and they have a lot of different reporters and I followed them for a long time. And months back, several months back, I shared a video about David Menzies and that dude that looks like a lady, the teacher in Oakville who had the 40-pound balloon boobs and is still on my channel. It's in the videos section. I don't like what YouTube has done with our channels. Like everything used to be in one spot. Now you have to flip through tabs. So like lives are under one section, videos are under another. Like, keep it simple, stupid. Like we don't need all these changes or these new words or everything. Like let's just not change anything for a little bit. How about that? Like how about we just leave it the same for the boomers of the world? So you don't throw us into like a tailspin trying to figure out this new shit. Especially when it comes to technology, not my thing. CBC is, you know, you know. Okay, so let me see if this is gonna work. I'm going to start the video that I want to share with you guys because there's been a recent update and I'm kind of outraged by it and I want to share it with the masses because I think there's a couple of things wrong with this video. So this video was an update. I was talking about the teacher that's in Toronto that thinks it's okay to dress explicitly in front of minor children, and it caused a big uproar and the children themselves stood up. It was at a local high school in Oakville. The students were protesting. It got a lot of attention in Canada. And a lot of us said at the beginning that this dude was like, or I don't know, dude looks like a lady, is the most epic troll because like the school wasn't doing anything about it. They didn't want to address it. You know, the parents were outraged. They were going to like the school boards. It was this big, huge thing, and it caught everybody's attention. I cannot imagine how. No, I can't. Okay, like, can we just go back to the 90s and fuck off? But so anyways, hang on. I'm going to start sharing the video. So I want you guys to let me know right away if there is issues with the audio, because like I said earlier, I was trying to upload some content and on my end, it sounded distorted and sounded like shit. So let me know so I don't look like a freaking boomer. Let me know if, oh no, it's not going to work. See, I'm having issues with everything. My phone. Like, okay, hang on.
Oh, Mr. Lemieux, I see you've got your breast back on. I thought you had them amputated. Hey, that's a... Hey, are you kidding me?
I want the whole world to know you cannot punch or kick or push or hit a Rebel News journalist. You just can't.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Burlington, Ontario. And guess what, folks? There has been a new Busty Lemieux sighting. That is the shop teacher employed by the Halton District School Board. Sometimes he's Carrie Luke Lemieux, sometimes he's Kayla Lemieux. We call him Busty Lemieux. You might recall that back in February, he gave an exclusive interview to the New York Post, and he claimed that those gigantic Z-cup breasts, they weren't props, they weren't prosthetics, they were real mammary glands. Yeah, he started developing at age 39. And if you believe that, I've got a piece of infrastructure in Brooklyn that I'd like to sell you. In any event, the first week of April, he was at a Burlington shopping mall, and ace cameraman Lincoln J and I, well, we caught him red-handed. Check it out.
I thought your breasts were real. Where are your breasts? Why are you dressing inappropriately in front of children?
So there you go, folks. He either had those enormous mammary glands, which he claimed were real, amputated, or maybe those were indeed prosthetics. Well, folks, right now we understand from our source that he is attending at the Burlington Holiday Inn, the annual meeting of the Ontario Secondary Teachers Federation. That's the teachers union. You know, the ones that are always going on strike every few years. It's for the kids, of course. We are going to hop in the Menzoid Mobile, go down to the Burlington Holiday Inn, and see what status Lemieux is in. Is he breasted up or is he breast free? Who knows? Maybe he's not even there. We're going to find out pretty soon, though. Let's go.
Through investigations, so that as one of the core things that Cindy and I do is actually go through the grievance process. This was actually to give us...
Oh, Mr. Lemieux, I see you've got your breast back on. I thought you had them amputated. Huh? Why are you protecting a sexual pervert?
Excuse me. Why are you protecting a pervert? You can't touch me.
Hey, that's a... Hey, are you kidding me?
Get out.
Are you kidding me?
Get out.
That's a... Hey, are you kidding me?
Get out.
Are you kidding me?
Get out.
That is so bad.
That's assault.
I'm going this way. Go.
You have this is a
I need that person's name now.
here right now. You have no rights to be here.
You have no right to put your hands on him either, though.
Let's go. Let's go.
This
is a private meeting. You don't have permission. You have to leave it. Did you see him throw him against the door?
I was over there. I wasn't looking.
The camera saw it, though.
Okay, well, then that's what the camera saw. But you have to leave. This is a private meeting, okay? This is a private meeting.
You need to leave this alone.
We're going out that way.
I want to know the name of that man who assaulted me.
Escorting you out that way. So
I want to know the name. Why are you protecting a sexual pervert?
You need to leave.
Are you security or what? Okay. So you want to be in the video?
No.
And who are you? Who's this guy?
Security? I don't know.
Who are you, sir? What do you think of Busty Lemieux being protected by the teachers union?
I know what you're talking about. I'm just curious what you guys are doing.
Is there any reason you're following us?
I told you, I'm curious to see what you do next.
Oh, okay, we're going home. Okay. You're not a very smart teacher, are you?
Hi there.
Hey, officer, how you doing there?
Not bad. I pulled you over because there might have been an altercation at the Holiday Inn. Do you have your driver's license, insurance, and ownership on you?
Yes, I do. Actually, you're right. Somebody threw me into a shut door. He assaulted me. We have it on film.
Okay, perfect. Can I just get your driver's license, insurance, and ownership?
Okay.
There's no criminal offense here. They were aggressively protesting abuse.
How you doing, officer?
Yeah,
how you doing there? Very good, sir. We are following the story. You might have heard about him. He's a sexual pervert. Kerry Luke Lemieux goes by the alias of Kayla Lemieux, Busty Lemieux.
You're from Rebel News?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. I can show you the video. I was assaulted. One of those teachers threw me into a locked door. He also grabbed my cameraman's phone and threw it on the ground trying to break it.
Obviously, the hotel staff, they don't want you back at the hotel. Okay?
No problem about that, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, Dave. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Blessed are the peacemakers.
All right. Okay, take care, okay?
Thank you. You take care too, sir. So, folks, let's review what we just showed you via video. First of all, yes, Lemieux is back with the Z Cups. Funny that. We caught him in the first week of April when he was mammary gland free. Maybe he had another growth spurt. Maybe he had augmentation, the likes of which would make Pamela Anderson blush. But more concerning was the other teachers at the union. Did you see how they formed a circle around Lemieux, playing the victim card? And yet we have a strong suspicion this man is suffering from a sexual perversion. No one for a second believes that those breasts are real. We've proven it. They go on and off because they are props. But the teachers protected him, and then they got violent with Lincoln and I. They threw Lincoln's camera against the wall. And they threw me against the wall. And they had the chutzpah to call the police.
Hi, I'm Ezra Levant, the publisher of Rebel News, and David Menzies is a great journalist who does it the old-fashioned way, going out on the streets where the stories are, real shoe-leather journalism, which is why he gets scoop after scoop. Look, people love David because he stands up for the little guy, but some people, mainly the people he investigates, they hate him. That's fine, but in Canada, you are not allowed to physically assault someone you don't like, journalist or not. That teacher, Jamie Mitchell, assaulted David Menzies. You saw it with your eyes. That is a crime, and it's all on tape. And I am not going to let that happen with impunity. We have hired a senior law firm in Toronto to do two things. Number one, to write a letter to the police demanding that they launch a criminal investigation into that teacher, Jamie Mitchell, for assault. And number two, we will file a civil lawsuit against Mitchell also. I want the whole world to know you cannot punch or kick or push or hit a Rebel News journalist. You just can't. And by the way, I think it's nuts that the school board would allow such a violent man to teach a classroom of kids. But then again, this same school board is letting Busty Lemieux parade his bizarre sexuality in a class full of kids, so they obviously have no standards. If past experience is any guide, we're going to need about $30,000 to run this lawsuit. If you think it's important for us to stand up for David's rights, please join me by going to standwithmenzies.com and chipping in a few bucks. I promise we'll keep you posted as we pursue justice. I refuse to allow any Rebel News staff to be assaulted. I don't care who they are or what their excuse is. If you hit a rebel, tell it to a judge. Help me out by going to standwithmenzies.com to stand with our dear friend and fight for justice.
All right, so, oh my God. There's a few things that I want to point out first, besides the obvious. But number one, okay, physical assault is actually still a crime, if you believe in that anymore. I do not. However, it is in the Criminal Code of Canada. Secondly, there should have been a sergeant of arms present at that union meeting. I want to know why. Where were they? If there isn't one there, why not? At no point should any persons other than the sergeant of arms be addressing anybody, especially in a physical manner. So I want that escalated up into their friggin' union. And then I think that you've seen as soon as he hey Glenn, hey Gary, you've seen as soon as he left that they actually had the nerve to call the cops on him. Now, trespassing is not a criminal offense, but physical assault is. And you know what? David Menzies is the best thing about Rebel News. And I think, he's a dick, but he's in your face and he's funny about it. And I love it. Like, it's just, he's friggin' hilarious. He doesn't take shit. And he's standing up for people. And this guy has been ripped off by the LCBO. I hope he got his bottle of scotch. He's been assaulted. He's been arrested. He could actually have his own friggin' reality TV show. Like, honestly, if things ever go sideways, David Menzies, you got the it factor. You could totally have your own show. Like, oh my God. But I cannot believe the insanity. So, I think there's a couple ways to go with this, obviously. If you have faith in the popo, I can't even say that with a straight face. Then criminal charges should be laid because it was physical assault caught on camera. And then I think that the teachers union needs to get a few phone calls because that conduct is unbecoming, and it needs to be addressed immediately. They should be ashamed of themselves to allow union members to behave that way. I can remember years ago, like in the early 2000s, like 2001, I worked at this place and I was an auto worker union member. And we were not happy union members. So I remember going in and it was kind of like a hostile one, like meeting, like almost a Jerry Springer style one. And I can remember our union president, was sitting there. And before we even started the meeting, she's like, I want to call the sergeant of arms up to the front. And if anybody gets out of hand, they need to be removed from the building. Those were the days. Those were the good old days. Now you don't see stuff like this anymore. You're not allowed to. Like, words are violence now. Sounds are violence now. Like, give me a friggin' break, you guys. Like, oh my God. So I can't believe that this is something. Well, what happened was it's not organic. First of all, there's nothing organic about it. Other than David Menzies has a source that told him where this union meeting was, and he marched right in there. He's hilarious. Like, I would totally, oh my God. Like, you know how, like, you can go on ride-alongs? Like, I would love to go on a ride-along with David Menzies for a day. Just a day. Like, just to see. But someone told him where the union meeting was. And, okay, yes, it's trespassing. But, again, that's not a criminal offense. So what? You can't go back to the Holiday Inn. Wah, wah. Like, but what about the people that assaulted him? That is not okay. And, fair warning, if anybody ever puts their hands on me, like, it will be a very bad idea on their behalf, because you are well within your rights to defend yourself. And let's just leave it at that. I don't promote violence, but I'm also never going to accept or acknowledge a victim mentality ever. I hate the word victim. I think it should be banned from the dictionary and vocabulary and from the world. But, physical assault is not okay. You put your hands on me and you're gonna pay for it heavily. And they're just lucky that, he didn't respond in kind. And like he said, there was people that were circling him immediately. Like, that was aggressive behavior just because he was trying to get a story. It's so funny, like what these guys go through, like I said, I really don't follow Rebel News all that close. The only dude that I like from there is David Menzies, and it's because of his personality. Like, I mean, no offense to Ezra, but he's boring as fuck. You seen what he was like when he was outraged, okay? Like when he was telling the story, and he had like no emotion, and it's just like, dude, you're a flake. Like, you're a snowflake, okay? I mean, say it loud, say it proud. This is not okay. And action needs to be taken against those individuals that thought it was okay to grab someone's phone and throw it. That's also assault. Even spitting on somebody is considered to be assault in today's day. At least it used to be. I'm always pissed. But you gotta laugh at the madness. And I seen that video just before I started this live, and it was friggin' hilarious. And I love David Menzies. He's so funny. He doesn't take shit. He doesn't back down. He stands his ground. Like, the world needs more men like that. Ones with testicles. Like, remember testicles? Remember men with testicles? That's what the world needs more of. I feel like I have more testicles than most of the dudes that I know these days. No offense to my dudes that are listening, because you guys are obviously exceptions to the rule. But you know where I'm going with this. Like, we see too much of that in this world. And it's good to see people to stand up for themselves and for others, and don't take shit. And don't let anybody walk all over you, ever. Don't ever let anybody walk all over you. And when they try, you need to remind them who the fuck they're dealing with. End of story. Period. So, yeah, I mean, that's just insane. Sorry, you're gonna hear my dog kind of whining in the background. He wants to have my attention when I'm live right now. But if you're just interested in watching that video, I uploaded it prior to the stream. You have to go to the video portion of my page, because YouTube likes to make everything complicated now, and have all these tabs and different things. Dakota's saying hi. My high maintenance little man. Okay, dude, knock it off. Where's your calm? I'm busy. Don't bug me. He waits until I'm like not paying attention to him and then does that. Stop. So, yeah. So what's new with you guys? What are your guys' thoughts on that? Like, I mean, I don't even have kids, and that makes me want to go to like a school board meeting and say, like, listen, like, I don't care what people do, but I'm so sick of it being rammed in our faces and down our friggin' throats. And if they want me to start like a straight as fuck campaign, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna like put it in your face, be so obnoxious. Like, you come near me, I'm gonna just throw your phone and ragdoll you, and that's all okay. But they'll be offended because it's straight as fuck. Stop, dog. So yeah, I thought it was funny. Obviously this isn't going to be a long live, because my dog is telling me something that he's just going to keep getting louder. He's like his mama. If you don't listen, he's going to get louder. You can't shut us up. If you haven't figured that out by now, then I don't know what to tell you. You're hooked on phonics. So anyways, guys, I gotta go because he's going to sit here and start singing at me soon. So check out that video, share it out, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Yeah, they need to leave our kids alone. I don't agree with that. But see you guys soon, okay? Sorry I got to cut it short, but, see you later, guys. Peace out.